Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Tom Brady and the Denver Broncos.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
Jason Sanders.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Rodgers on the return. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by perhaps the best ever at 43 years of age now. It's the great Tom Brady.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and
on play action, it's Brady. That's going to be caught by C.J. Board. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 4th down, here's Trevor Daniel. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
The Chiefs take over.
So here are the Chiefs now as they get set for their opening drive. They are led out by an 8-time Pro Bowler in his 16th season out of Cal. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Matthew McCrane.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. We'll call it no gain there on the first down play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now an option play on second down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
That's good for a Kansas City
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up third and 7.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Fourth down.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second.
They run with Dillon
At the 31-yard line.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Brady. That'll be complete to the running back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. This one caught 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Chiefs, 39.
On 2nd down, Dillon. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
From the gun, it's Brady. They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Complete to Cameron Brate.
There are the numbers for Brate from a week ago. 5 catches, 69 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
false start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman, certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Brady. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now Brady. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
KC's offense ready to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
At the 31-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Working from the gun, Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Davantae Adams, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brings up 3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
And they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
19-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The 20. And they do finally get him. But he makes it all the way to the 6. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And even 40 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Operating from the gun. Brady, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tajay Sharp, his second touchdown on the season, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Is good.
And he puts it through. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. Jackson now to return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Sean Jackson on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On first down, Rodgers. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Austin Hooper, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Chiefs 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That one good for 12 yards. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
First down, Denver.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Super Bowl champs trailing here, but they will get the ball first to begin quarter number 3. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Rodgers. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Rodgers now on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
There on the tackle. A gain of 11. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon.
37-yard line.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And off the deflection, it's caught. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Christian Wilkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
Rodgers.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Sanders' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
17. Chiefs 10.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. On 1st down, Brady. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. From the gun, Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brady's pass.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now here comes Kansas City. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Sanders on for the extra point. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Jason Sanders.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And the Broncos first down.
From the gun, it's Brady. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Now a run with Dillon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third.
Now Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Aaron Rodgers sacked. Fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. This is a pretty significant moment, a pretty cool moment. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards, and we might as well go ahead and measure for the gold jacket.
Make sure you measure it right, too. Make sure it fits perfectly when he walks out there for that ceremony. 50,000 yards in the NFL. Wow, longevity, talent, a little bit of luck along the way, and a whole lot of people helping him get it done.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 11 now.
Check. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Rodgers pass.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Mixon, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Score, Chiefs 20, Broncos 17.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Tom Brady in the offense. Down 20-17. A minute 53 remaining. Well, their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. To throw is Brady. They go screen with Dillon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Brady saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Jason Verrett. Brady's pass.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field and checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they take a knee.
Corey Bojorquez on to punt.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Chiefs, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.